Bliss, everyone. Welcome to another weekly reading on my channel. Rissa Vibes here, aka Readings by Rissa. So excited to connect with you as always. Today is Sunday, May 5th, 5/5/2019, Cinco de Mayo. Great day to tap into energy as always. For the entire week, we're going to be doing a numerology, astrology, and card reading, as well as spirit messages that have come forth to me from meditations and readings throughout the month and week. So we are going to tap into all of the collective energy and everything that we can understand about the week that we have coming up and how to navigate it all. So thank you for joining me. If you haven't subscribed to this channel, make sure to subscribe, make sure to like this reading if you resonate, and also share it with a friend. So important to share these readings with people that come to us for advice, or people that we know need guidance in a certain way, or might be interested in this kind of thing but don't know how to get started into it. Then these kind of readings are really great to help people start to open up in their own way to energy and understanding astrology and spirit in general. So important to share the love and share the vibrations when we can as well. So hopefully you're all doing good. Let me know how you're doing. Comment below. Let me know how you're doing. And I am so excited to talk to you because we have a ton of energy to get into. We are in a new month, the new month of May, and we've only been here for 5 days in May, and so it's 5/5 today, which is really symbolic numerologically, but I'll get into that in just a little bit. So today we're covering 5/5 to 5/12/2019 in May, and the month of May is the month of intention per the annual reading that I did at the beginning of the year for 2019, where I pulled a card for every month. This month's card is intention. So important. And we just came from the new beginning month in April. So we're now moving into the intentions of our new beginning so that we can really fully manifest them in a detailed way and a deliberate way for our rest of our year. Okay? So let's review real quick a little bit of last week before we get started. Last week's cards was love in the beginning of the week, enchantment in the middle of the week, and stand your ground at the end of the week. So we are at the end of the week, that stand your ground energy. So super important to ground into Mother Earth, feeling into the connection that we have with our earth vessel, our physical body, making sure we're listening to our physical body. Also making sure that with the new moon in Taurus yesterday, if you didn't get a chance to watch the reading last night, check it out because it's up on my YouTube as well. Super good reading, talking about standing our ground and feeling the grounding energy of Taurus, the sign Taurus, which the new moon was in. So happy birthday to all the Tauruses this month. And we're going to be feeling a lot of that grounding energy, and it's going to be very important for us to harness in that sense of grounding and being solid in our intentions and solid in our goals and solid in our decisions moving forward with all of this energy that we've been accumulating over the past couple of weeks, finally setting us forth in the intentions and the manifestations of them all. So really important to stay grounded, and that's kind of where we're at right now moving into this new week. So let's get into the new week. Let's get right into it. So the spirit messages, I want to go over those first because I just got a bunch of downloads before I sat down here, tons of information to talk about. And the biggest thing and the most exciting thing I feel like for all of us is that this week is going to bring us a lot of abundance. And when we talk about abundance, it's so important to also know that abundance comes in many different forms, right? We can be abundant in our intuition. We can be abundant in wealth and riches. We can be abundant in opportunity. We can be abundant in service as well, or just being gifted love and peace and prosperity in several different ways. So it's important to enjoy all the types of abundance that are going to be coming through this week. And there's going to be a lot of abundance in all of those things I named, as well as romance and abundance in financial outcomes and opportunities as well too. So lots of exciting things for us this week that are opening the doors for new abundance for ourselves. And it's great because last night's reading for the new moon had the abundance of Sothis for the divine feminine card that I pulled. And so that was talking about feeling into that abundance with your intuition as a focus to guide you towards it. And that's really a big theme this week in general. So let's go ahead and start with the spirit messages for this week, 5/5/2019 to 5/12/2019. And feel free to comment below, guys, on how you're feeling, ladies and guys. I always say guys because it's a habit, but I mean everyone. But make sure to comment below. Let me know how you feel, how you're resonating with the messages that I describe, and also let me know how your week is going throughout the week. Feel free to revisit this reading throughout the week. It's so nice to revisit these readings right around Wednesday or even Tuesday sometimes, or Thursday if we forget, because those middle parts of the week, it's really nice to touch base with the energy flow to see how it's been manifesting throughout our week, where we might be at on the energy flow of the week, and how to get back on track if we're feeling a little bit off. So super important to always rewatch if you feel the need, and comment on how you're feeling throughout the week, because that's what the community is for, so that we can all be support for each other. Okay, so spirit messages. The first one, abundance and opportunities for growth will be presented this week. Opportunities for growth is a part of abundance as well. So this is to let you know that yes, there's going to be a lot of abundance coming through, but there's also going to be opportunities for more abundance in the future. It's so important that we know that sometimes we're given opportunities, such as doors opening up for us, meeting new people at the right place at the right time, getting new ideas that might take a little bit of time to actually manifest the full abundance of, but the opening of the door is the first step. So be just as excited for those opening of the doors, those opportunities for abundance, as you are when you actually receive abundance. And know that just because you might not get it right now, right here, you will see that it's opening a door to that abundance, and that's going to be a beautiful kind of trickle effect later on, where you'll be able to kind of reap what you've sown later on with that abundance. So there is going to be abundance given to us this week, but there's also going to be doors opening for abundance later. So make sure you just pay attention to that and are equally grateful. Now, with these offers, we will also be a little bit challenged to rise to the role that we are offered and take charge of our own efficiency. So this is going to be a little bit of a kind of stepping up to the plate moment for us this week. Some of the opportunities and the abundances that are going to be offered to us are not just going to land in our lap or be given to us freely. It's going to take a little bit of work. We're going to be challenged to rise up to the occasion, to really step into a higher level of efficiency, productivity, and being more patient, detail-oriented, and driven to really harness that abundance and maintain it. So know that this is kind of an abundance that is going to require work and efficiency, which is great because that allows us to earn it and feel more prideful of our abundance. If you've ever noticed people who have been kind of grown up in money, or have just been given money without, or abundance, or any kind of abundance without really needing to work for it, you notice that they tend to just expect it, and they're kind of entitled, and they also tend to have some insecurities within themselves if you really get to know them, because they've realized that they haven't ever really earned abundance, and so they don't know if they're truly worthy of it. So when we get the opportunity to earn our abundance, that gives us the opportunity to really feel solid in our sense of self and in our empowerment in earning it. So allow yourself to feel grateful for that opportunity that might be making you kind of rise to the occasion in a lot of different ways, or level up in a lot of different ways in order for you to really maintain it. Now, this will give us the opportunity to truly harness the Saturn retrograde energies that we've been practicing and use them for our leadership and self-starting quality. Now, this is the Saturn retrograde that we just went into in the end of this week and are moving more into this week. And so that Saturn retrograde is allowing us to be more disciplined, more focused, more detail-oriented, also more patient. And usually when Saturn is in full direct, we're feeling kind of a tough love energy where we're being forced into that. We're feeling kind of held accountable for us not reaching that type of discipline and patience, and we're kind of forced like this tough love energy to really rise to that occasion. It's not so much that this week because Saturn is in retrograde, so it's a little bit more gentle with that energy. So we're still being challenged to rise to those occasions of diligence and discipline and focus, but we're not fully being forced into it or beat down for not being there yet. We're kind of self-starting that energy. We're kind of self-motivating. We're internally wanting to be more disciplined, more patient, more detail-oriented, more focused. So that with that want and that desire, we're able to really feel empowered by it instead of feeling a little bit down or insecure at our shortcomings. So this is the week to feel empowered by that urge to be responsible and accountable for your actions and to earn your abundance in that way. This is also going to allow us to be leaders in what we do. And so it's so important to harness in and be specific about what it is that you know you're a good leader in and what it is you want to be a leader in. How do you want to lead? We talked last week about leading with love. That was a huge focus, leading with love. And that's so important for us to move now into the 5D as we are into this new world energy that we have been activating for a few years, allowing ourselves to fully tap into it and ground into it by leading with love. Instead of leading with greed or narcissism or ego or any desire to hurt or harm communities or things like that, we're leading with love and compassion and service and gratitude and giving. And when we do that, the universe is really giving us more abundance and supplying more support for that, because that is a part of the new energy frequency that is within this universe, wanting to create more order out of the chaos that's been created recently with all of the energy and all of the narcissism and the out of balance energy that has been happening over several years. So important for us to feel that good energy of just feeling self-starting in that and leading with love. Now we're also going to have some fast-paced weeks ahead. So this is super important for us all to understand, because we've had a little bit of a slower going at it the last couple of weeks. We've had a lot of change, but our energy's been a little bit slower, a little bit kind of observant and reflective and waiting around for things to happen. Now we're going to move into more fast-paced weeks this week and the next couple of weeks. So just expect things to start speeding up and get ready for that. And how to get ready for that is to stay grounded and stay centered, making sure you're deliberately creating a mindfulness practice every day to keep you centered and focused before you start that busy day or that crazy fast-paced environment, and allowing yourself to take time in between those busy days and amidst those fast-paced environments to find solitude, take a few breaths, and meditate and calm yourself enough to receive that center and that focus. So also, we want to be use and trust our intuition when we are indecisive. Okay, so this is the next part of it, is using and trusting our intuition whenever we're feeling a little bit unsure of what to do next this week. If we're feeling like we don't know if we should take this opportunity, if we don't know if we should make this call right now, or we don't know if we should go out with our friends or stay home, those indecisive moments, you want to use your intuition and really practice this in any way you can, even at the smallest degree when you're trying to decide what to eat today. That is super important, because that's called intuitive eating, and then you're honoring your physical vessel and you're staying grounded by listening to your body. So even that choice, though it may seem trivial on the surface, is very, very important for you. And it's a great opportunity to practice your intuition in decision making. So when you're trying to decide on maybe what you're trying to eat for lunch, allow yourself to pick the options that sound good to you and then feel into them intuitively, noticing what your body does when you think about that food, or what your heart does when you think about it. Does it feel like it wants to receive that food, or does it feel like it's like, no, I don't think that's right. I think that my body doesn't feel like it agrees with it. I've gotten to the intuitive eating state where I can think about a food and I can literally feel how it's going to affect my body. And if I don't like that feeling, I won't eat that food. So it makes me really picky when I eat, because I never really know what I'm going to eat until I know right then. But it is really great because it helps us to filter out the conditioning that we have been given throughout our whole life to eat a certain way and to eat like the mainstream commercialized foods that are thrown in our face constantly, and to just go to that whenever we feel hungry because it's convenient and fast, and not to intuitively think about how that's going to affect our body. Is that going to be appropriate fuel for what we're doing today? Most of the time that commercial food is not. So we want to really feel into our intuition and use that for other decisions throughout our week. And as we practice it and get better at it with the smaller decisions, then we become really practiced, and it becomes very easy to use our intuition for the bigger decisions and to lead with love and intuition and have that sense of kind of abundance coming through and focus and confidence in your decision making because of that leadership with intuition. And I love, yes, Hedwig, that you volunteered. That is so awesome. And Queen Kells is also giving you props for that. Shout out to volunteering. So important. I did the, what was it? The Stand for Kindness. Oh, I'm forgetting it. Pay It Forward Day. That was last week, Pay It Forward Day. And so that was really fun to be able to go around and give waters and food to the homeless, and also just really connecting with people and being able to shine light on places and people that need community and need love, right? So if you can get out to volunteer, I also encourage you to do that, just like Hedwig, because that is so important to volunteer and to give love to our elderly and to our homeless and to anyone else that needs it. Even just being able to go out into a place that you know doesn't get a lot of attention or a lot of love, and just start to talk to people and just maybe see if you can connect with some people can be really a nice thing to do. You don't even need to necessarily go out and sign up for volunteer work. You can even just go do volunteer work on your own in your own community, how you see fit. So I encourage us all to do that as well. And that's a part of leading with love. So we want to do that because when we do that, we get more confidence and more energy and more peace, because we are doing something for others. We are servicing others. We are loving ourselves by loving someone else. So important. Okay, so the rest of the spirit messages, let's get through these. We talked about using and trusting the intuition when indecisive. Now, it's also important to stay reflective and attentive to your progress throughout the week, because things are going to be moving fast, and this is throughout the next couple of weeks too. Because things are moving so fast, take time to check your progress throughout the week. Take time to return to this reading towards the middle of the week, maybe Wednesday or Thursday. See how you're doing with the energy, and notice how you've progressed and how much abundance you've earned and how much you've stepped up to the plate and how much you're leading with love, because that can give you an extra boost of energy and confidence in yourself by self-reflecting. And then if things don't move as you feel they should, make sure you ask for your higher self and your angels to intervene and be open to the guidance that they give you. This is so important, to not have any stubbornness to the guidance that we're given from our angels and our higher self. Because that new moon energy yesterday in Taurus was so strong and still is strong throughout this week, we're going to be feeling a little bit of that stubbornness of Taurus as well. So we want to make sure that we keep that in balance, that we keep that maintained by making sure that we're not being stubborn to our intuition or to our guidance from our higher self or our angels, and we're also not being stubborn by being impatient. We want to make sure we're patient, because a lot of things are moving into place this week. A lot of doors are opening and a lot of abundance is coming our way, but we may not see it in the ways that we want or expect right away. So just notice where the doors are opening for those abundances to be shown through, and don't get frustrated or stubborn or impatient about the pace or the way in which it's unfolding. Trust that your path is divine, that it's all in divine order, that your angels and your higher self are shining light onto you to help you move fluidly through what you've wanted and what you've decided and intended for. Remember, intention for May. And make sure that you keep your intentions deliberate and detailed, because if they're not deliberate, detailed, and pure, then you're not going to feel the unfolding of your manifestations as clearly in the external as you might want, because they weren't clear on the internal, right? And make sure they're pure. I did a whole video on this on Monday last week on Instagram, on IGTV, about pure intentions and how important it is to make sure that they are free of ego, free of doubt, free of fear, free of judgment. Because if your intention has any of that clouding and your energy, then you're not going to be able to manifest what you want, because it's going to have that clouded energy involved. So be really focused on your intention and ask for guidance if you feel like you're not getting what you want or you're not seeing things move as much as you want, because there may be some mental blockages or some stubbornness that is keeping you from really feeling or seeing the manifestations of the new beginnings that are here for you. And pray and meditate and open up to that guidance, because essentially that guidance is you. It's encouraging you from within and externally to do what you need to do to move forward. All right, and then the last little message for the spirit messages is there's going to be more strategy this week, but it's an intuitive strategy, and that means that it is yours and that you are able to really use your intuition to strategize certain things and to be attentive to your intuition to help you with your strategy towards your abundance and your progress of your new beginnings that you have been intending for. Okay, so those were the spirit messages. That's all the stuff I got personally for meditations and readings this week and just tapping into the energy. Let's get into the astrology and numerology real quick, and then we'll pull some cards at the end. So for numerology, the thing that I picked up personally was that the 5-5 of today is really symbolic, because that 5-5 is all about positive change. And the number 5, when you see that synchronistically over and over again, maybe you often see 5-5-5, or you just keep seeing a lot of fives, that means positive change is upon you. And that positive change is moving you forward with a beautiful momentum and an angelic guidance. And I think it's really important too to notice that today is May 5th, 5-5, 2019, 2019 equals 12, which is 1-2, which equals 3, right? And we feel the sense of the 5-5 is a 10. So we've got 3 and 10, which is 13. And what is 13 reduced to? 4. And 4 is the number for angelic guidance. So we're feeling that energy even more strongly when we break the numbers down, that the angelic realm, and when we call on our angels and our higher self to guide us, that they will guide us and intervene in the way that they need to help us move forward into our positive changes ahead. So call on your guides, call on the angelic realm, and ask them to intervene if you're feeling like you need that. Okay, so that's for today, but Tuesday, 5/7/2019, we have a lot of the abundance really starting to flow strongly. A lot of energy. Somebody just said they saw 1133. That's a really powerful number too. 33 is all about harmony of mind, body, and soul. 11 is all about connection to your intuition and the start of your awakening path and really feeling into you being on the right path. So that's a really strong breakdown of that harmony and balance as well, needed to continue moving forward in this enlightened path that you're on. So great number synchronicity there. And know that if you keep seeing numbers, even if they're different numbers or they're the same numbers over and over, even if you don't want to know what the specific numbers mean, because sometimes you're just seeing them over and over and you're like, okay, I already know that. It's positive change, it's positive change, it's positive change. I keep seeing it. Know that if it doesn't change, that doesn't mean that you're not getting your positive change or that it's not happening. It just means that you're still in alignment with it. That your guides are saying, hey, just so you know, that 5-5 is still here for you. You're still in alignment. You're still in alignment. Or maybe it's showing you 2-2-2 and 3-3-3 and 1-1-1, all these synchronistic numbers. That's also a sign that you're just in alignment with your path. So enjoy that validation as well. So like I said, Tuesday, abundance is flowing really strongly on Tuesday to start off that momentum, to really keep getting more of the energy building for our momentum, and that it's going to start also opening up to our leadership in that abundance as well on Tuesday. Venus is squaring Saturn, which is going to give us encouragement to add a creative flow to our responsibilities, okay? So Venus squaring Saturn is going to be an interesting energy exchange, because we have the kind of responsible aspect of Saturn, this accountability, this patience, this diligence, this productivity, this detail-oriented energy. And then we also have Venus, which is loving and compassion and family-oriented and loyal and nurturing. And so we're going to feel and creative and intuitive as well. So we're going to feel a blending of those energies. So when you have your responsibilities in front of you on Tuesday and you need to get really down into being responsible and having some things done, getting some things checked off the list, try to see if you can add some creative flow and intuitive flow to your responsibilities to help them be more in harmony with you, because you'll have a little bit of that Venus energy kind of pulling you to do, less responsible things and just kind of be cozy and chill. So you want to use creativity to help you balance that energy and help you get excited to actually get those things checked off the list for Tuesday. Also important to watch out for any hypercriticism of yourself or of others, specifically others in your family or in your home life, your loved ones, any romantic partner you have, allowing yourself to just focus on not over criticizing, because that Saturn energy is going to be strong. Even though it's in retrograde, it meeting with Venus is going to hold kind of this a little bit of a critical eye over the love relationships and family relationships and home life that you might be experiencing, which could be a benefit if it's important for you to look at those things. Maybe you haven't looked at the things that aren't in harmony in a while and you really need to look at it with a critical eye. Make sure you don't ignore that if you have that intuition to really look at those things and address the things that need to be harmonized and in sync in order to move forward. But if you're feeling like everything is usually really good in your relationship and your healthy relationships and family and love are there, then just make sure you don't dive into that hypercriticism too strong, because it is an energy influence. So it might just be pushing you in that direction, but might not really be necessary. Okay, and then on Wednesday 5/8/2019, our intuition is going to be assisting our manifestations even more on the middle of the week. So that's going to be a really good time to just feel into your intuition. Make sure you meditate a little bit before you go out into your day. Make sure you really connect with your intuition, talk to your guides, be self-reflective of your environment, and allow yourself to intuit what it takes to manifest what you want. And just kind of reflect on it. It might be a good day to reread all the manifestations that you want to have occur, or write them down if you haven't yet, and then write down some intuitive steps to make them happen, some things that just naturally come up to you when you tap into that energy. Now on Wednesday, with this intuition meeting our manifestation and assisting it, we are going to have Mercury conjuncting Uranus. Mercury is all about communication and action, and we're going to feel a lot of mind energy as well from Mercury. And then Uranus is all about this higher mind as well, this kind of higher mind energy, science and invention. So we're going to be feeling a double mental energy pulse, which means that our mental stimulation is going to be on 100. We're going to be feeling really mentally active. We might feel a little ADHD, a little bit out of focus. Make sure that you try to focus yourself by doing one thing at a time, but still tapping into that mental activity, because it's going to allow us to use our strategy, use our intuitive strategy that we talked about in the spirit messages, and also feel into the ability to tap into the way in which our mind can react to our intuition and strategize things for our future the way that we need to. And then this is also going to be an important time to think before you speak, because Mercury is all about communication, and because your mind is going to be moving so fast, it's going to be important for you to think before you speak, so that you don't get confused or confuse somebody else or be misunderstood in any way. You want to think before you speak. Now the sun is sextiling Neptune on Wednesday as well, and this is going to help illuminate our intuition even more and our sensitivity to energy. So like I said, intuition is assisting our manifestations on Wednesday with all of that energy, that illumination of intuition and sensitivity, and that mental stimulation and heightened mental activity, okay? And then the next day, Thursday, 5/9/2019, we've got a lot of nines there, so there's going to be some completions as well, some completions in whatever way that is divinely conspired for you. And then we're also going to feel this leadership again. We're going to feel another kind of force into leadership, another impulse and encouragement to lead with our heart and to feel empowered by our love center, our heart center, what we want, what we desire, what we've intended for, and what we're leading with love, is going to help really amplify that energy on Thursday, with more leadership opportunities, more abundance coming from our decisions to take the lead this week, and then allowing ourselves to become incredibly abundant as a result, with a Venus trine Jupiter. Venus trining Jupiter, I can't say that, Venus trines Jupiter. Venus trines Jupiter on Thursday, which allows us to have this beautiful love, nurturance, intuition, loyal, happy energy of Venus home-like energy of Venus, comfy energy of Venus, meeting with the big, expansive, wealthy, abundant aspect of Jupiter, and meeting together with a big energy for excitement, happiness, romance, love, leadership, and abundance. A lot of big energy on Thursday to tap into. Now, Venus is also squaring Pluto on Thursday, which is going to give us even more intimacy and sensuality and deep creativity. So this is going to be an opportunity for us to get really romantic, or to also get really creative and to dive deep into the depths of that creative energy, and to help our intuition thrive from that emergence of creative energy and intimacy. I just saw somebody ask if they can get a reading. Yes, absolutely. I do one-on-one readings all the time. It's what I do for a living. So I do general readings, mediumship, past life, energy cleansings, cosmic connection readings. I can send you a flyer. Just email me readingsbyrissa@gmail.com, and I can send you all the information and we can schedule your reading. So absolutely. And that goes for everybody. I will absolutely love to connect with all of you one-on-one. So important for me to be able to see how you're doing and help you along your journey. That's what I'm here for. That's my purpose. So let me help you in any way I can. All right, so that was Thursday. Now moving on to towards the end of the week. This is Saturday, 5/11/2019. The sun is trining Saturn, which is allowing us to finally, at the very end of the week, take on responsibility for all the good things, feel proud of ourselves for what we've done, what we've accomplished, how we've led throughout the week, and what we are doing and opening up to for the week to come with all of that empowerment that we've gained this week. So the end of the week on that Saturday, we're going to feel that beautiful sense of accomplishment and pride and confidence in what we've done and how we've gotten ourselves there. How beautiful is that? Okay, so lots of energy, like I said, tapping into. Let's take some nice cleansing breaths and integrating breaths of all that energy before we pull cards, and then we'll get into that. So together as a collective, this beautiful web of light community that we have gained, more coming, right? Because we're going to send this reading to other people to have them join this community, so that when we meditate in this way, we can send love vibrations to the mass collective as a collective here in this community, and also to receive the harmony of that unification of all of us becoming one with meditation. So let's take a nice deep breath in, with a big breath out, releasing any tension. Deep breath in, full of love and intuition. Big breath out to anchor in our leadership through our intuition and love. Another deep breath in, biggest one yet, opening up to additional messages from Spirit through the cards that we are about to pull for the week. With a big breath to fully anchor and release any tension, anchoring in the energy that we've already tapped into and will continue to tap into with these cards. Now you have a choice here to continue breathing in a deep meditation, connecting with your higher self and your spirit as I pull cards, or you can simply begin to wake yourself up, back up to this physical existence and watch me pull the cards. It's up to you. Whatever you decide. It is Sunday. You are free. You can do what you want. I'm going to pull cards right now for the beginning of the week of this week, 5/5 to 5/12. All of us sending our love energy into the cards as a collective so that we can get a great read for all of the people who aren't joining us right now but will be joining us later. So we got a card there. Wonderful. Middle of the week card, Angels of Atlantis deck. Breathing deeply as a collective, connecting to each other, and the mass collective, sending love and light to all the people out there who need it. We are one, we are connected, and they can feel it. Trust that. And they will receive it whenever they're ready. Almost there. There's a card. They're being choosy today. All right, middle of the week card is already done. Let me see. Last card is going to be the Spirit Messages deck. We ended with that last week as well. Great deck. So we're calling for a card for the end of the week, the energy of the end of the week. What do we need to focus on or expect? Okay. And like I said, if you didn't get a chance to watch the new moon reading last night, it is up on YouTube. It's on the most recent live video that I posted, and it's got a lot of good vibes as well. And that new moon energy is going to be resonating today, tomorrow, and a couple days into this new week as well, and really kind of throughout the next few weeks until the full moon energy kicks in. So just know that it's always good to revisit those new moon readings if you haven't watched them, if you missed them as well, because it doesn't just end on the new moon. The new moon energy lasts a few days. So that could be something that will also give you some guidance for this week coming up. Okay, so this week, the beginning of the week card is Ideas and Inspiration. Ideas and Inspiration. This is such a beautiful card. Check out the angels. The angel whispering into our ear, letting us know what is to be done, what the next move is, what we want to create, what will bring us the abundance, right? We talked about this. This is right on point with what we've been talking about. Just leading with our love and leading with our intuition and letting our intuition guide us in our creativity, in our leadership, in our earning of abundance, and also in our ability to find new ways to start new and to lay the format and foundations for our new beginnings with that intention. A lot of our intentions are intuitive, and we get our intuitive kind of impulses that will give us ideas and inspiration for the coming days and decisions needing to be made. So that's what we want to focus on for the beginning of the week. Ideas and inspiration that we're being given from our angels, from our guides, from our intuition to help us tap into that abundance. Next card, middle of the week card. This is really cool. I've never pulled this card before out of this deck. Archangel Zadkiel with Security. This is such a great card for the middle of the week because we talked about abundance. We talked about abundance being the biggest energy in the middle of the week, and that abundance was going to feel really strong and secure and stable in the middle of the week, especially on Wednesday. So it's letting us know that yes, we are going to be feeling really secure. We're going to be feeling that sense of security, that sense of divine comfort within as well, that centered energy, that intuitive energy, the intuition assisting in our manifestations, giving us a sense of security and validation and connecting us to our ideas and our ability to construct everything that we plan with Archangel Zadkiel. And this is a beautiful turquoise blue, insinuating that it is going to be a lot of communication as well, which is so important because we do have a lot of that Mercury influence towards the middle of the week with helping us communicate. So we want to feel into our throat chakra, that turquoise color of the throat chakra, for more of our intuition on decision making and speaking our truth and allowing our communication to be intuitive so that we can feel secure towards the middle of the week, okay? Beautiful card. And then let me turn my air off, guys, sorry. It's really loud. Okay, so last card, end of the week, Ancestral Wisdom. What a great card. This is a beautiful card to give us a sense of security and connection to our ancestors, feeling supported and grounded in by that wisdom, and knowing that we are harnessing that wisdom by becoming wise ourselves and by leading with our wisdom and in our intuition and feeling completely secure in our responsibility that we've taken and the accountability that we've taken to use our wisdom and feel the ancestral grounding of that with that complete support. Let me read it to you. It says, "We are the ancestors and we love you. We walked the earth many years before you. We ask you at this poignant time to learn and grow from our past experiences. You are our legacy, and we will keep on helping you as we continue to evolve here in the spirit world." So strong. that the ancestors are coming forth and saying, learn from our mistakes, learn from our past experiences, learn from things that have happened in the past, including past experiences in your own life. Learn from them and use that wisdom, use that sense of strength and empowerment in that realization and self-reflection of your own past experiences as well as your ancestors and of history, and lead with love, lead with new energy, choose to do something different, and choose to accept this new role of growth and abundance and new adventure and new world. And I think that's so powerful, because when we look at history, human history, we see a lot of war and a lot of violence and a lot of separation. And when we think about the movement forward into the 5D, the fifth density, from the third D, we're feeling a lot of that love and compassion and this need to come together and finally unify, become one, and feel into our oneness so that we can choose to live differently and have new experiences that aren't full of war and tragedy and violence and separation like the past, but completely manifest and intend and build a new energy moving forward of love and service and giving and connection and community and peace and joy and development of things that are going to help the world instead of destroy it, right? So that's really what we're doing as a mass collective as well, but we're doing it internally by leading with love now in our own personal lives. And when we do that as an individual, then the mass collective eventually tips into that scale and we all become more loving and more leading of that. So we're doing our part. If you're leading with love this week, and if you're using your intuition to make your decisions, and if you're accepting the abundance that comes your way without stubbornness, and you're open to the guidance of your higher self and your guides, and you're giving love where needed, then you're doing your part in making the world a better place. And the more that you do that, the more you're encouraging others to do that, because every person that you give that love to or lead by example in their intuition in front of, they decide, oh, that looks like a good idea. I want to do that too, or I want to learn how to do that, or I'm going to do that a little bit more too. So then you're affecting the world with this domino effect, this web of light expanding out and becoming so vibrant, so pure, and a completely new life for everyone. So, ideas and inspiration for the beginning of the week. And then we've got security in the middle of the week. And then the end of the week, ancestral wisdom. Okay, so super exciting cards. A couple of announcements real quick. I do have a workshop, the Intuitive Luminary Workshop, May 17th to May 19th. Tickets are available today on discount. This is the last day to get them on discount. So definitely message me on Instagram at Readings by Rissa, or email me readingsbyrissa@gmail.com to get information about the discounted price for the workshop. It's going to be a 3-day crash course all about how to tap into your intuitive abilities, learn what your intuitive abilities are and which ones are most strong, how to use them, when to use them, how to block from any kind of resistance or blockages or anything keeping you from tapping into their fullness. Also how to protect your energy given your gifts, and also how to make a living off of it if you want. If you want to make your own private practice, or you want to start doing readings, or you want to just develop your own intuitive practice for yourself so you can navigate your life easier without needing to tap in all the time to other people's perception, that can be really important. So allow yourself to check in with your own intuition, develop it, and use it for what is meant to be used for in your life and in your divine path. And message me to get more information on that workshop, readingsbyrissa@gmail.com, or at readingsbyrissa on Instagram. And then also, what else do I have? One-on-ones, personal readings. I already talked about that. So if you want a personal reading with me, also you can email me readingsbyrissa@gmail.com or at readingsbyrissa on Instagram. And just a quick little fun announcement and kind of update on my music stuff. I have my first FM radio interview tonight, you guys. So send me good vibes and tune in if you're in Arizona to 101.5 FM, 9 p.m. to 11 p.m., the Roosevelt Tape Show with Natasha Castles. So excited to be on air for my first radio interview on FM radio, and I'm so excited. And so yeah, it's all developing, it's all happening. And with your support, you guys watching my videos and supporting my music and listening to my album Spirit Junkie on all the streaming services that it's on is so helpful. And it's such a big deal to me because it's bringing my manifestations to life as well. And I appreciate your support so much. And I'm loving you with all of my heart for continuing to support this music path that I'm on. And so I just like to give you guys little updates when I have exciting news, because I know a lot of you message me and ask me how I'm doing with my music, or if there's new music on the way, or what's going on. So yeah, first radio interview tonight for music from Spirit Junkie, my album. And then I'm also going to be making some new music. I have a couple new songs already pretty much done that will be released this summer. So get excited for new music from me as well. And if you haven't heard my music yet, check it out. There's a playlist on my channel right here on YouTube that's titled Spirit Junkie. That's my entire album. And then the playlist entitled Rissa Vibes Music Videos are all the music videos that I've directed and produced with my buddy Nico for the album Spirit Junkie. So you can see the visual representations of the songs as well. And I think that's it. I love you all. I hope you have a wonderful Sunday and a beautiful week. Happy Cinco de Mayo, and enjoy the rest of your day. Tap into your spirit, lead with love, and I will see you soon for more videos. And make sure to follow me at Readings by Rissa on Instagram, because I do a video every single day, Monday through Friday, about all of the energy we've talked about here and how to really tap into it more specifically throughout the week and really harness that energy. So you'll really get a lot from that if you follow me on Instagram. Okay?